Whenever I do a big action scene, I break it down, and it's somewhat mathematical. I mean, I always want to make sure that we're telling the story. You figure out what's the story in the scene, whose point of view do you want to be in, and when you're doing an action sequence, it's often in a number of different points of view. And then you go in with a wish list, and you got to throw half of it out, and you hope you get enough to tell the story you want to tell. So in the case of Crafters, the mutineers are ex-Night's Watchmen. And so what we wanted to convey was that this was a fairly equal fight, and that, in fact, John and his group were probably the underdogs because they were slightly outnumbered.
We learnt the fight in beautiful daylight, in a wide open field. While the stuntsmen are going at about 30%, you know, it's very, very gentle. And you've got these moves in your head, and you turn up on the night, and you're working, you know, in a space the size of my living room, and you've got these fires everywhere, and you've got these stuntsmen that aren't coming at you at 30% anymore. They're coming to kill you. You are literally trying to fight them off, you know. And there was just so many times when you fear for your life, but you daren't tell anybody, because you know that you're under such time constraint, and you've got to get it done.
We had this amazing group of stuntmen, and Dave Foreman, who was the stunt coordinator on that, and an amazing job.
So we had the double knife fight inside Crafters. That was quite tense, yeah. So the tighter it is, the harder it is to contain things. You have to just be really aware of your surroundings. Swords flying, you've got the crew to think of, you know, it's not just about you, it's everyone else around you as well.
The Carl-John fight was by far and away the most complicated, difficult fight I've ever done within Game of Thrones, and in fact ever in anything. There were a number of problems. One, Burn Gorman had to fight with 2 daggers, which is incredibly difficult, and had a very kind of eloquent, flashy moves to deliver.
Lord Snow, you're bringing me back for trial.
The other problem we had is Crafters is a very confined space. Having a long sword in that space, it's great for the story in that John's losing because he can't move in the way he wants to. But it made for a very, very, very tricky fight, which he had to shoot over one night.
You know, something that's great about Game of Thrones is you get rehearsal time, which is essential. When you're doing big fight sequences like this, it worked out very well. I was really pleased with it.